I didn't do this at the other wedding, but now that I have my family here, at the other wedding, thanks to everybody for coming, and we've been organizing this for a while. I want to turn the music down. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm sorry that we couldn't do this all together when we actually had the wedding, but obviously we couldn't do it, and my visa was running out. That was, the whole story.
He would have gotten kicked out and wouldn't be able to return.
Which she was considering, actually.
Well, it could have gone either way.
So, I want to talk about my beautiful bride. We met in 2013 while we were organizing this thing to Burma. You guys know about this, right? So I was involved I got involved in this conference on Burma. So we started having like a couple of casual meetings. And I didn't know anything about human rights.
Business meetings. These are business meetings.
And Kelly found me to be incredibly ignorant about human rights. And
that's not how I put it.
boorish, basically. and I managed to dig up, I think the first email that she sent me. Hi, Andrew. A full week would work for me if it's the first week of December. That's the kind of, so that was our initial, basically.
It was business.
It was business. So fast forward a few years, I guess I'll just read it out. I don't know. And we started dating. I soon discovered what a powerhouse she was in the world of human rights, because she's kind of sort of a big deal. To that end, I want to read a brief excerpt from an article published online during the protests in 2019. Now this is actually fascinating. So there's this woman named Laura Rue. We've never heard of this person, who published an online letter, and she's basically pro-China. She's like a pro-Soviet, pro-China person who knows nothing.
She's Italian.
She's Italian. Knows nothing about China. She's just filled with ideology, basically. Thank you.
She's a tanky.
Yeah,
you know that word.
You know that word.
That's right. That's absolutely
tanky,
what she
exactly.
is. That's
exactly. We were talking. That's exactly what she is. She's a tanky. And the article is actually entitled. I pulled it up because I have a copy. "Agent of Chaos: How the U.S. Seeded a Color Revolution in Hong Kong." And this Laura Rue is speaking about a British friend of hers. And in the middle of the article, which is like 3 pages long, very well written, but completely devoid of any information, just ideology. "One tireless agent of change closely associated with my British acquaintance is the director of the LLM and Human Rights Program in Hong Kong University." Kelly's name is never mentioned. "She sat on the boards of several organizations." What?
But I am the director of the Human Rights Program, so I think it's sort of obvious. Yeah.
"She sat on the boards of several organizations, including the Hong Kong Refugee Advice Center, Justice Center for Hong Kong, and Amnesty International, and advises the Hong Kong Human Rights Monitor on a range of issues. While applauding protesters that were holding the city hostage, she declared, quote, 'The rule of law does not demand unquestioning obedience to existing regulations. In fact, defending the rule of law may sometimes require breaking rules.' And then Laura goes on.
Which I never do.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. I actually wrote that in here. I mean, she never breaks any rule in the house. "One can only wonder if she would encourage," this is the woman speaking, "if she would encourage her compatriots to break rules at home." And so I wrote down, I can answer that question, no, at least not in our house. So later on, Laura Rue called Kelly and other people, without names, a quote, "a bunch of politically marginal, ridiculous characters better known for posturing and shouting nonsense into their loudspeakers than their ability to get their point across in a coherent manner. In private, she, her British friend, joked about their intellectual limitations." Now, clearly that's...
Fair enough. That's fair. All fair enough, yeah.
You have a loudspeaker?
No, I wish I did, actually. My students might listen to me.
Who knew a small-time girl from Maine could be an agent of chaos? And Kelly loves this. So
Tireless agent of chaos.
Every time we have a dinner party, after 3 glasses
agent.
of wine, she brings up this tireless agent. She just loves it all.
My friends made me a pin with a lightning bolt, and it says "Tireless Agent of Chaos," which I wear around the house. I don't wear it outside in Hong Kong, but I do wear it around the house.
So the other point of this story is that when we started dating, we were living on 2 different islands in Hong Kong. You guys know because you've been to Lama and stuff. Like she was in Discovery Bay. So we used to go to the pier by the water and have wine and then talk about a bunch of stuff in our relationship or whatever. We were both going through divorces. It was complicated. And Then she would take the ferry, and then she would text, and she's very funny when she texts. She's actually
Much funnier by text than
she's funnier by text than she is in IRL in real life. And at one point, so I was thinking of her as a tireless agent of chaos. At one point, she texted me. She said, "You should send me poetry." So I sent her a little poetry. She sent me poetry, and then she sent me something she had written at the age of 6.
I know.
My cat is playful, my cat is sweet, my cat is special, my cat's a treat. She likes to play on a hot summer's day. She likes to chase a mouse away.
It's a good poem. It's a good poem. For first grade.
So I have a wife who's a tireless agent of chaos and also writes like really cutesy poetry. So what could be better than that? Right? What could be- So anyway, so I've learned a lot from Kelly, and I wanted to put a couple of points, and I don't know if they're that funny, but I now make sure to put this toilet seat down, which every guy learns, right? No?
I have my own bathroom.
Still no.
Oh, you have your own bathroom.
I'm
Not
sorry.
every guy.
I'm sorry.
I've reduced my bagel consumption from 300 per year to around 10.
Oh, dear. I'm sorry to hear that.
If I make a statement at dinner like the weather, I make sure to be precise and accurate. Although I'm still better than her when it comes to the subjunctive tense. Her family is unbelievable. I sit down with her and I say like, it was nice weather today, and they'll say, well, why did you say that? Well, I'll say because it was sunny and cheerful. And they say,
To
well,
deconstruct.
do you mean like sunny like the whole day or just part of the day? And then
Details are important.
so on I have also taught Kelly a number of important things. She has a tendency of using the term dear in a passive-aggressive manner. Like,
Not
you know,
always.
dear, your collar is not straight, or dear, perhaps you could, clean the hallway when you go out. So I said to her, I don't like this passive-aggressive, way of talking to me. I think it's not, let's be more direct. And she said, well, what do you mean? I said, instead of calling me dear, just call me fuckface. So now in front of her children, actually, she'll say, your collar is undone, fuckface.
It works. It's less passive aggressive.
Any other questions, Colin?
Mr. President.
And the idea of, after, a year of marriage or five years of dating, that, this lovely girl is now calling me fuckface. I think it's a tremendous.
We've made a lot of progress.
Yes.
And I've also taught our children, who are very well mannered, to do this.
Yeah, my daughter is now like giving people
Oh,
the finger.
sorry.
It's really,
Oh, that's so authentic.
wonderful.
It's very
It
upsetting.
was,
Oh, I love to do that.
Do lots of
Oh, it was
different,
during the first.
variations.
not you.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
So I'll end by saying, I feel blessed to have married Kelly. Every day is better and better. A wonderful wife, a great mother. I mean, her kids adore her, and their kids are just wonderful kids. Her son actually said to me the other day, we were having dinner alone, which we do occasionally, and I was saying, well, your father's in Vietnam, it must be difficult, to see him. And he said, well, he opened up to me about something the other day, and he said, I feel kind of blessed. I have, a great mother. I have my father, who's not an easy person, but, we get along, and I have a wonderful stepfather. Which was, I've never heard a 21-year-old say anything nice.
That was gonna make me cry.
Yeah, I was like, who are you?
You're a
What are you
bonus
doing?
dad.
What are you doing? But Kelly has taught me to think more clearly, write more accurately, be a nicer person, and most important, how to have a good relationship, something that I didn't really know how to do. For that, I'm eternally grateful. So. Now I can drink.
Well,
But here's a toast. Here's a toast also to,
Here's to everyone, seeing everybody finally.
but also to Tristan Taylor. I wanted to do a toast to their marriage.
To this being over, being able to do this.
Wait a minute.
Without masks.
Yes.
I don't think I got
You
it.
guys being able to come here.
Yeah, no, this is the first time we've been able to travel for.
Are we out of that other wine?
A year and a half. Yeah. The one thing I'd like to say, since you're all here, I don't have much of a family. I have my children, but other than my children, I don't have my parents anymore. I'm an only child. I don't have brothers and sisters. Sort of far-flung cousins, but we're not all that close. And so, it's very special to me to marry into this family, and to have everybody here, and to have my parents-in-law, my brother-in-law, and my nephews-in-law, I guess that's what that is really very, very special and important to me. And I appreciate that we can have this celebration, even though we couldn't have a celebration all together last year. But to be able to meet here in New York, finally. And like you said, to be able to sit here together without masks and to enjoy the time that we have together is really very important to me, very special. And so, I haven't just married this guy, but I feel like, you're all, hopefully, I'm part of the family now, and you're my family now, and that's really very special to me. So thank you for that.
And now we want to know, and this is
Cheers.
being in our family, and that wonderful, again, from Moonstruck, a la familia. A la familia.
Yeah, I want to emphasize, everybody made an effort to come up here. I mean, it's also Dad's birthday, it's 4th of July party. You guys got married. There's a lot of things going on, but it's nice that everybody made an effort. I mean, so it's great. It's great.
But I gotta learn Alex and Zoe's birthdays.
Okay.
I
Want me to tell you now or
No, I was a big fan
Zoe's
of
April
birthdays.
8th.
I likes to know everybody's birthday, and she often sends out something. She often doesn't send out something. She knows people.
Can I say something?
Ace is going to say something.
Okay, but well, I need wine for him. It's been another cheers.
Yeah, if you're going to start.
We need the wine over here. So,
Hey, so-
you want to pour me? I'll start. I guess I'll start the same. So when I was younger, I wanted to play the drums because my cool, hip, handsome Uncle Andy, he was the fashionable one. He was always well dressed. He was funny. He was the funny one. And I just thought you were the cool one.
Oh, thank you.
The cool one, and he's the cool
And
one.
he became a drummer, and he
Wait, how long ago
has
was
more
that?
degrees than me, and he's smarter. He's a philosophy major, so I mean, he did very well. He did very
But
well.
look at him.
Taking after the uncle.
Is that cool?
No, he's
Is
a
he
smarter one.
cool?
It's right there.
Thank you.
But it's nice because it's sort of a bit it goes well with the curls.
This is not the dress I was going to wear. But it's so warm.
Yeah.
I decided that dress was just not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it'd be great. That would be best.
According to the weather forecast.
Yeah.
He brought it from Hong Kong. It's so hot.
There are 107 in Omaha.
'They should be the dominant nation in the world. And with that attitude, we can expect certain kinds of behavior. I mean, look what they're doing in Africa. Yeah, but they can't do all that.
They don't have the money domestically, and they don't have they're out to get away with it now.
Where's it?
Oh, fuck.